if it'll notify anybody. Might not. Give it a little bit. See if anybody's in here this morning. I'm not even bothering going live on Facebook. Hell, it's censored over there. It don't do no good to go live over there. So I just come to YouTube. Hell with it. Facebook is got my pages geared down and stuff to where hell I can just about get more views on YouTube. So there's no sense to even waste my time over there on Facebook. Might as well say communist book. I ain't been on Facebook 4 or 5 days. Really no point getting on there. There's nothing viable on there. You know? Nothing viable at all. I don't see no damn news. I just keep seeing the same shit over and over and over and over and over. It's just a repeat of shit 2 or 3 day old posts. So, I'm about getting on there. Plus, you get a lot more done if you ain't sitting around on Facebook all the time, trust me. You totally do. Well, let's talk about the NBA sucking up to China. You know, yeah, I've heard about that, seen some of it. Oh yeah, the NBA, they love Chinese money. They're all about money. That's the ruining of our country is people puts money in front of everything. They do. They totally put money in front of everything. And that's what's ruining our nation. Is it just about everybody nowadays is a sellout? That they have no they have nothing. They'll just sell it out. They have no real belief system or anything else. They'll just sell out. And that's what the NBA is doing. And that's what the NBA players is doing for the NBA. They're selling out. You know, almighty dollar is worth more than God, family, and country or anything else. It seems like to me. The praise by American corporations and the liberals to commie China needs to go. Well, I agree. Yeah, I see everybody just got cut off. Yeah, it's good old YouTube as well. They're not much better than Facebook. Yeah, I agree. Well, corporations are about making money. They don't give a shit about patriotism. They don't give a shit about party lines. They're all about making money, guys. They're all about the bottom line, and that is their stockholder and those stock prices. You know, that's what they're out to do is make the holders money. They don't give a shit about America. They don't give a shit about you or me. If they can make money and keep us happy, okay. If they can make money and be patriotic, okay. But if they can't make money and be patriotic, they're going to do whatever it takes to make the money. Fuck the patriotism. That's just how corporate America is. You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the damn truth. And to see all these people on here catering and kissing China's ass makes me sick. It really does. Guys, China just owns this country. China owns Hollywood. China has vested money in many of these universities. Hello, Billy. Yeah, well, it's storming. It's raining and shit. It's been doing it all night. But, like I said, guys, they don't care nothing about patriotism. Now, when it comes right down to it, most of the people in America don't give a damn about America. They only give a damn about U.S. currency. They don't give a shit about America. Yes, China has owned us for years now. And you can congratulate both sides of the party for that, guys. The Republicans and the Democrats was all for NAFTA, GATT, TTP, and the rest of it. They're all for selling America down the damn river. Sure enough. Just a handful of them up there in Washington, D.C. has stood strong against that kind of shit. Just a handful. You know, I can sit here and name some that stood against it. But like I said, about 3% of Washington, D.C. has stood against China taking over. The rest of them, hell, let's get on the bandwagon. Yeah, I seen South Park wrote an apology to China. It was rather good. They said, "Oh yeah, we like money more than democracy and freedom and all kinds of other shit." Well, I'm glad those boys at South Park stood up to China. You know, honestly. Let's shift gears here. Let's go into politics a little bit deeper. Something's been troubling me. And it was the right thing to do, regardless. But it's going to cost votes. Trump pulling the troops out of Syria. Yes. Why? Because we don't need them there. That's why. He's fulfilling his campaign promise to end pointless wars. Okay? Oh, Paula. I know it's storming. Service is not the greatest. It's early. But, you know, this is just a side thing for me for making videos. I do it when I get time. But, guys, you think about it. What is the PPK? What is the YPG? Why are we funding them? Guys, I've got article after article after article after article of the Rolling Stones and several other papers, magazines, that done write-ups on the YPG. All the YPG is neo-Marxist. Did you know Antifa, here from America, is sending people to Syria to fight with the YPG to get real-world combat training? And then guess where they're coming back to? They're coming back to good old United States of America to train other little Antifas after they get real-world combat experience. Think about that. Yes. Well, I got quite a bit of information, quite a bit of intel on it. Trump's absolutely making the right choice by pulling our troops out of Syria. We don't need to be funding that shit over there either, because all we're doing is funding a bunch of damn neo-Marxists. Yeah. I would read some of this stuff, but I'm actually on the phone that I have the information on, so it's kind of hard for me to do. What if the FBI knows about that? It'd be good if they did. Now, surely, if some old hillbilly like me and a bunch of other hillbillies like me know all this shit's going on, surely it's the hell the FBI does. So, well, like I said, they've been doing that shit for quite some time. They've been sending people from North Carolina over to Syria to get real world combat training with the YPG. And then they come back and they train their recruits over here after they get that real world combat experience. And even the Rolling Stones has even written up articles about these Antifa platoons and stuff over there in Syria. Yeah. And those boys that's over there fighting is from America. Some of them are, some of them ain't. Yeah. So y'all think about that. Even though Trump pulling these troops out of Syria will cost him Republicans. It will cost him Republican support in the Senate. Matter of fact, Pastor Pat Robertson and others is going against Trump because he's pulling the troops out of Syria. But he's just fulfilling a campaign promise. And you know, if people really knew who we were funding over there, so forth and so on, they wouldn't like it at all. So like I said, Trump is making the right move by pulling them out. And I think we're cut all the funding over there to that crap too. Yep. Guys, you got to be very careful who you back in one of these civil wars or insurgencies or whatever the hell you got going on at least. Because most of the time, you're backing somebody that's just as bad as the people that you don't really like. Trump needs to go explain his choice better as to what he has done. Well, I agree. Like I said, I just know that they're basically running a hit campaign on him now because of him pulling the troops out of Syria. That Syria's all been alone over there, pretty much, from the way I understand it, from my research on it. Assad didn't do those attacks. The White Hats is basically ISIS themselves. And they staging that shit to keep America sitting in there. Now, you take it back when Assad was supposed to gas his own people. They never had definitive proof Assad ever gassed his own damn people. Now, when you're a leader of a foreign nation and you're fighting opposition, why in the hell would you want to do anything to keep a foreign power like the United States involved by going and gassing your own damn people? You know, I mean, think about it. It's common sense 101. Think if you're at Bashar al-Assad and you're like, damn, man, I wish the United States get the hell out of here. They're over here backing the people we're trying to fight. And they're fixing to go home. I wish the hell they'd just get out of here. Oh, let's go drop some sarin gas or VX gas on some crowds out of some planes. Yeah, that'll send them home. No, it didn't happen. No, the White Hats administered the damn gas to keep the United States involved. Bashar al-Assad didn't. I'll tell you that shit right now because it's not in his best interest. Now, you've got a bunch of Kool-Aid drinking retards over here on the right that would actually think Assad, wanting the United States to fuck gone out of there, would go and gas people to keep the United States in there. What sense does that make? None. Whatsoever. None. So, like I said, Trump is doing the right move by pulling our troops out of there. I hope he cuts funding to those neo-Marxist son of a bitches over there to go along with it. It'll cost him Republican votes in the Senate, but it needs to be done. I totally support his decision. You know, I'm going to tell you something about a lot of these war hawk Republicans. They're all about war. Now, you know, I've got some reserved opinions about Jesse Ventura, guys. You know, I mean, Jesse, I agree with him on some things, but a lot of things I don't agree with Jesse Ventura on. But Jesse Ventura is right about one damn thing. When these congressmen enter Congress, they're making $200,000 a year. They go serve one term in Congress and they come out multimillionaires. Now, how in the hell does that happen when you're only making $200,000 roughly a year? You're tripling and quadrupling your money somehow now, aren't you? Yeah, you are. So there you go. A lot of these Republicans and Democrats, they're making money hand over fist on the table, guys. From the military industrial complex, foreign government, so forth, so on. 90% of them up there in Washington, D.C. has got their hands into something that they're getting money on the table on. It's a true story. Did you not notice how many Republicans retired and got the hell out of there under Trump? Some of them way before their political career was even over. Imagine that. Did you not think that some of these Republican House members and senators didn't see this shit coming? You don't think they didn't see the feathers being ruffled and big waves out through the swamp? Oh, I think they did. I really do. And I could sit here and I could name prominent Republicans that retired early. They just decided not to run for office again. Go pursue other careers. Now imagine that. Why would they cut such a promising political career so short? For less money. It's because they're afraid they're going to get caught up in some shit. And they're going to go down with the rest of them when all the waves are made. I'm going to throw something else out here. It's really been troubling me for quite some time for all these Q fans or QAnon fans. Okay, Hillary Clinton was supposed to be under indictment. She's wearing an ankle bracelet. This shit's went on for over a year that this QAnon group is about Hillary Clinton. And they've got all these sealed indictments for all these people. No, they don't. No, they don't. Let me tell you something right now. If Hillary Clinton was under indictment, they had a warrant for her arrest, basically. Or she was already been indicted. You know, why is that bitch getting ready to run in 2020? When you got an arrest warrant for you by the United States federal government, by the Department of Justice, you don't become a presidential candidate. You don't even out speak in public. You just don't. You damn sure don't go against the Justice Department and the man that's over the top of that when your ass is being indicted. Okay? I'm being Captain Obvious here. Okay? Let me tell you something what's going on right now. Do you know why there's nothing getting done? Do you know why? It's because Donald Trump hasn't got that much power. Let that sink in. I want it to sink in real fucking good. He is just the face piece for the country. The American people voted him in. The only real power Donald Trump has is his executive power. That's it. And foreign policy. That's the reason the only damn thing in Washington, D.C. has been done is he's wrote executive orders and he has changed things on foreign policy. Because that's the only things he ain't got to answer to a bunch of damn Democrat or Democrat bureaucrats to get done. Now let's see somebody argue that shit because they can't. Yeah. Is Donald Trump running the FBI? No, he's not. Is Donald Trump running the CIA? Definitely not. Is Donald Trump running the Justice Department? Not much. Now, see, something a lot of people don't understand. If your help don't want to work, it means the boss is fucking worthless. Do you understand that concept? Because people really needs to. You want to know why none of this shit's getting done? It ain't because he's not trying to get it done. He can't get it done. Because you've got so many Obama holdovers. So many leftist loyalists in the bureaucrat agencies and in Congress. You can't get shit done. You can trade people out, but is that going to guarantee that you're going to get anything done? No, it's not. Like I said, Donald Trump right now, and I hate to say it, but he's a lame duck president. Lame duck. Nobody will work with him on shit. Y'all guys have already seen this. The Democrats absolutely is not going to work with him on nothing. Not a damn thing. And half the Republicans won't work with him. So the only real power he's got is foreign policy and executive orders that he can fire off. Stuff that he don't have to answer to anybody to get done. Makes sense? Should. He can do foreign trade, foreign policy. He can fuck with the tariffs. He can do this and do that, but anything other than that, he can't do. He can't get it done. That's the reason it hadn't got done. Guys, I don't think they can get impeachment on Donald Trump. I don't. I honestly don't. But I do know him pulling those out of Syria. That he's lost a lot of Republican support in the Senate. Some of them may vote for impeachment. Who knows? But when it comes down to it, when it actually comes down to brass tacks, The Democrats is running crazy. They are. And would it surprise me if Hillary Clinton throws her hat in the arena? No. No, it would not surprise me. I'm not saying she's going to, but why else would she be raising money for having fundraisers at her house for $50,000 a plate? Why is she coming out and speaking out all of a sudden? You know why? It's because Joe and Bernie has slid wide and high to the side. They're about done. There's only a few left. Elizabeth Warren, Booker, Beto, Buttigieg, and half of them ain't even polling at over 1%. I suspect she may try to come in and save the Democrat Party. Now, guys, I'll tell you something. If you're under federal indictment, you're not going to run for president of the United States. Okay? Matter of fact, if you're under federal indictment, you're not going to do the shit that she's doing. So, like I said, what's this shit with what saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's a difference in between Q and QAnon, and Q just drops these little breadcrumbs, and then you got this group of assholes that tries to make sense of what he's saying. Okay, I understand how this works. I don't believe there's any credibility to any of it. None. Whatever. I mean, honestly, guys, you want to talk about somebody that's accurate a hell of a lot more than anybody else out there? Just go look at Alex Jones. He's a hell of a lot more accurate than Q ever thought about being. Well, guys, let me tell you something about disinformation. Disinformation is a very powerful thing. It is. Very powerful tool. You've got people out here in these conspiracies just for pure entertainment. They don't give a shit if it's right or it's wrong. It's entertainment. It's money. A lot of times on their YouTube channels and shit. Think about it. And there's not a whole lot of facts put behind anything. A lot of these people out here spew around on YouTube, or there's not no real facts. So disinformation is a very powerful thing. It can lead the whole population astray is what it can do. And until it gets to the point where there's so much bullshit out here floating around that you don't even know what to believe. You don't know what information to even trust. Then they got you in disbelief of damn near everything. And then they can do whatever they want to right there in plain open sight. You don't even really believe that they're doing it. Very powerful thing. When people's been lied to so much, they get to thinking that everything's a lie. Then they don't even see the truth anymore. That's what a lot of this disinformation and fake news is about, guys. It's to blind you from actually seeing the truth and what's going on in front of you, because they've instilled fear in you, because they've lied to you so damn much. And there's a lot of people out here making a lot of money off of that. And they don't care the damage that they're doing by doing it. The only thing they care about is making money off of it. Guys, I'm no longer going to consider myself a conservative. No. No. Because a conservative don't conserve a damn thing. They don't. Conservatives, or might I say Republicans for the bigger part, they are a bunch of self-centered, spoiled shitbags. It's only about themselves. They don't give a shit about this country either. They only give a damn about themselves. They don't give a damn about their community. They don't give a damn about much of nothing other than sticking money in their own damn pockets. Me and James Dale Brock talked about this. That you've got these leftist organizations out here and just common folk that support the shit out of them because they believe in a goal that they'll all work together to achieve a goal. Now, it may not benefit each one of them individually a great deal, but they know over a period of time it will. The conservatives won't back any organizations because if they can't get something right then, right there, in a return on their money, they're not going to support any organizations whatsoever. Yep, because they don't believe in a future. They believe in the here and now. That's true. We were talking about that just a few days ago. Fact. So I'm not going to consider myself a conservative, nor am I going to consider myself a Republican anymore. Because from the way I've seen it, they're just as bad as the left. They're just as corrupt, they're just as retarded as the ones that they're screaming about. So I'm just going to consider myself what you call a Christian independent. I could say I was an alternative conservative, but I don't even like that word conservative anymore because it don't mean anything. The word Christian is starting to mean less and less because very few Christians are self-proclaiming Christians are actually Christians. They're Christians in name only. They're Chinos instead of rhinos. Okay? That you ask them, oh, I'm a Christian. But what do you demonstrate about being a Christian? Not a damn thing. Well, then you ain't much of a damn Christian. You know? I mean, honestly. So, like I said, it's getting to where the word Christian the value is going down. Yep, just like the word discrimination or prejudice don't even basically exist in our society anymore. Why? Because, well, the term racism took their place. And now everything is defined by the word racism. When it's not racism, you can be discriminative. You can be prejudiced without being racist. But no, the word racism, the word race, that sounds a lot more horrible. So we've got to incorporate that to take these other two words as position, and they successfully have until the word prejudice or discrimination really don't mean much. Nobody really uses them anymore. Funny how that happens, ain't it? I know a lot of people's discriminative, or a lot of people are prejudiced. Now, they're not racist. That kind of little prejudiced or a little, discriminative, but they're not prejudiced. I mean, they're not racist. They don't think one race is better than the other. They just don't like some particular thing that certain races do. That don't make them racist. That just makes them prejudiced. See, but that word don't exist anymore because the left don't want it to exist anymore. Good morning, Cynthia. Well, there's very few Christians out there, Amy, that don't falter the views. Everybody's for sale. Your Christianity's for sale. Your patriotism is for sale. Everything's for sale. And everybody just about nowadays is trying to put a price tag on everything. You got churches selling Christianity. You got people selling patriotism. Well, you sure as hell do. There's a price for everything. And like I said, people are more willing to sell out for pennies on the dollar. That's what happened to our great nation. Is everything's become for sale. Everybody's willing to sell out to go along with whatever. They'll sell out. They won't hold true to their beliefs. They put the almighty dollar in front of everything. Yeah. Don't make a damn if it's politicians. Don't make a damn if it's preachers. Don't make a damn if it's the people in the pews. They all putting a price tag on their belief systems. If you got enough money to buy it, we'll change our mind. We'll go along with your agenda if you can afford it. Well, guys, I got shit to do this morning. So, y'all have a good morning. God bless, and we'll catch y'all later.